Don't let others define you. You define yourself. Never love something so much that you can't let go of it. Some people call this artificial intelligence, but the reality is, this technology will enhance us. So instead of artificial intelligence, I think we'll augment our intelligence. As I say to our own team, never protect your past. Never define yourself by a single product, and always continue to steward for the long term. Keep moving towards the future. Everyone talks about how much data's in the world, except, actually, 80% of it is pretty blind to computers. I mean, it can store it, but if it's a movie, a poem, a song, it doesn't know what it's actually saying or doing. No matter what it is, you put too much your heart and soul in it. You have to be passionate about it. You make too many sacrifices. Artificial intelligence is one of 50 things that Watson does. There is also machine learning, text to speech, speech to text, and different analytical engines. They're like little Lego bricks. You can put intelligence in any product or any process you have. If I have learned nothing else in all my years here, my biggest lesson is you have to constantly reinvent this company. That's how you get to be 103 years old. This idea of new collar says for the jobs of the future here, there are many in technology that can be done without a 4-year college degree, and therefore new collar, not blue collar, white collar. It's new collar. I've made lots of mistakes. Probably the worst one, I would say they tie. It's either when I didn't move fast enough on something, or I didn't take a big enough risk. If it's digital, it will be cognitive. If you think that you're going to change the way you run a business, I learned to always take on things I'd never done before. Whatever business you're in, it doesn't matter, it's going to commoditize over time. It's going to devalue. You've got to keep moving it to a higher value. Clients say, "What's your strategy?" And I say, "Ask me what I believe first." That's a far more enduring answer. What has always made IBM a fascinating and compelling place for me is the passion of the company and its people to apply technology and scientific thinking to major societal issues. As I tell all our folks, the only reason we exist, make no mistake, is our clients. You have to stick up for what you believe in, and that, to me, is the biggest thing you can do about driving inclusion. So what it means is when you don't believe in the inevitable, it means you don't expect that that's how things have to turn out. You can change them. When my father left us, my mother went back to school. Immediately, she went to school in the day while we were at school, and she worked at night. She worked very hard to never let someone define her as a victim or a failure. When you remove layers, simplicity and speed happen. If you step back and look at technology from every era, it has displaced jobs but also created a lot of jobs. One day we're going to look back, and whatever this era will get called, it's going to put a premium on math and science. To me, I learned along the way, culture is behavior. That's all it is. Culture is people's behaviors. If you're clear on what you believe, you have a great foundation to go make a market. I think actions speak louder than words is one thing I think I always took from my mom, and to this day, I think about that in everything I do. You make the right decision for the long run, you manage for the long run, and you continue to move to higher value. That's what I think my job is. I make time to exercise. It's not being indulgent. I think it's got a lot to do with your ability to manage properly and stay focused. There's no doubt about that. Every part of your business will change based on what I consider predictive analytics of the future. You've got to keep reinventing. You'll have new competitors. You'll have new customers all around you. I ask everyone's opinion when they don't speak up, and then when they have an opinion, I'll ask others to talk about it. It's easy to have an act 1 and 2. Go ahead and have an act 3, 4, and 5. The saying is the easy part. The doing is the hard part. Don't protect your past. Don't protect your products. What I knew was I liked math and science, and I never wanted to memorize everything. I wanted to understand where it came from. You need to have a great support around you. People that empathize, understand, and yet support. Because these CEO jobs are all-consuming. We should prepare our future workforce differently. It isn't just advanced STEM degrees. There are many jobs you can do without advanced degrees. Ask yourself when you learn the most. I guarantee it's when you felt at risk. One of the most important topics I think for us all to work on is job creation. The ability to please your shareholders comes because of what you do for clients. I've always looked for challenges and I have found plenty. Steward for the long term. It's not always easy, but you do it when you manage your company for long-term shareholders and you manage the company for clients, two of the biggest stakeholders. You will make the right decisions. With this emergence of big data and social mobility, you will in fact see the death of average. Instead, you will see the era view. I believe that the idea of strategic beliefs may be more important than strategic planning when thinking about how you keep the long view. Just because you started your careers in a certain role, let's say hardware engineering, does not mean you'll end your careers in hardware. The only way you survive is you continuously transform into something else. It's this idea of continuous transformation that makes you an innovation company. Ginnirometty was born on July 29, 1957, in Chicago, Illinois, as Virginia Marina Cassia. Growing up outside Chicago, she was the eldest of 4 children in an Italian-American family. Her parents divorced and her father left when she was 15 years old, and her mother subsequently took on multiple jobs to support the family. While Rometty looked after the household in the evenings, she began attending Northwestern University in Illinois in 1975 on a scholarship from General Motors, where she interned between her junior and senior years. Rometty was also a member of the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority, eventually becoming its president. She graduated with high honors from the Robert R. McCormick School of Engineering and Applied Science at Northwestern University in 1979, receiving a bachelor's degree in computer science and electrical engineering. She has received honorary doctoral degrees from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute 2014 and Northwestern University 2015. She also received an honorary degree from North Carolina State University. GINNI is an American business executive who was executive chairman of IBM after stepping down as CEO on April 1, 2020. She was previously chairman, president, and CEO of IBM, becoming the first woman to head the company. She retired from IBM on December 31, 2020, after a near 40-year career there. Before becoming president and CEO in January 2012, she first joined IBM as a systems engineer in 1981 and subsequently headed global sales, marketing, and strategy, while general manager of IBM's Global Services Division. In 2002, she helped negotiate IBM's purchase of PricewaterhouseCoopers IT consulting business, becoming known for her work integrating the two companies. As CEO, she focused IBM on analytics, cloud computing, and cognitive computing systems. Rometty's tenure as IBM's CEO was marked by awards including by Bloomberg's 50 Most Influential People in the World, Fortune's 50 Most Powerful Women in Business, Time's 20 Most Important People in Tech, and Forbes' America's Top 50 Women in Tech.